Kia ora, hello, and welcome to the stream. It's been a busy couple of months, but we've finally got through to having the grass grow to a decent length. Now, I do like the length of it. It looks like a nice crop of grass that we can pick up. So now we have to think about getting a bigger tractor. I've got the small tractor, the favourite little Massey. And our mushrooms did very well. We're able to sell some and make a little bit of money. But there we go, we've got the small Massey Ferguson with a front end loader. So now we've just got to get a bigger tractor. So yeah, Massey Ferguson 690. So now we have to think about purchasing a bigger tractor and some mowers. And I might lease the baler. I'm not sure what to do with the baler yet, but I might mow the grass and have a think about what we're doing first. So I think first thing we need to do is to, fortunately because we live so close to the shop, I'll run over there and we'll have a look and see what tractors they've got. Now, there was a comment in a chat earlier that I should get a blue tractor. So there's a few choices that we could do for a blue tractor. Of course, there's New Holland, that starts blue. But there are a couple of tractors available that we can select a colour for. So I'm just wondering what would be a good tractor to get. So let's head over to the shop and let's see what they've got. Where's the shop? There we go. Fortunately, we can't enter into the shop. Well, there's a way, but it involves parking a vehicle right next to the building and then exiting out. So yeah, there is a way. But, so I'm probably looking at something in the medium tractor range. So we've got the Voltra there, which I'm thinking getting the larger engine. And I always go for wide tyres with wheel weights. Don't think we need reverse driving. Sky view, panorama window, and I like the design too. I like the darker interior. Fuel tank setup, we can go for plastic or stainless steel. Stainless steel is quite a bit smaller, so I might go for the plastic one. And then colours, we've got all the standard colours there, or we can select a colour there and then choose metallic or matte or glossy. I do like the metallic. So let's see what we got here. Now that does look smart. That does look smart. Change that to 2. Right. So there is that one. We of course got the New Holland. And a couple of the other tractors that we can look at is the Dutchva, which if we select the Warrior brand, we can actually select any color we like. Now it does look quite smart in the blue. And the other surprise one would be the McCormick. I'm just not too sure how the red-green would go with the blue exterior. Maybe I'm a bit fussy like that. They're a nice looking tractor, but yeah. I think I might just go for the Voltra. I do like the look of the Voltra. So let's set that up again. I like the sky view. Set up. Plastic tank again. Change the number plate. And let's get the color sorted. Okay, I think that looks smart. And it's blue. So let's have a look here. So let's purchase that for 240. Alright, yes. Okay, and now we need mowers. And for mowers, I'm going to go with one of my favorite sort of mowers. Let's see if I can find it in this new system here. There we go, under grassland and mowers. Now I'm going to go for the Pottinger. Because what I like about this is it's relatively low horsepower requirements. And for silage, this will actually create a windrow. So we don't have to go over with a separate windrower. So let's buy one of these. Have I got enough? Oh, I haven't got enough. Okay, I'll go and talk nicely to the bank. See what the bank says. The bank gonna let me borrow anything? Yep. Okay, let's take out a $50,000 loan. So I might have to lease the baler, I think. Like I say, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with the baler. So, not sure whether to go for the round baler wrapper, the John Deere one. That's quite a small capacity though. So I might want to go for... I could go for a square baler, but they're quite expensive. But they do have the silage additive, which can be helpful. Let's see. Yes, I brought that. Okay. Let's exit out and let's have a look at our purchases. Okay, so we've got the Voltra in the dark metallic blue. I quite like that colour, and I like that I can choose the colour I like. They've done a good job of that. So let's enter in. It all purrs just like a new one, which I guess it should. So we'll hook up the front mower. And we'll head to the field. Okay, so I just want to hop out. I just want to show you what the height of the wheel of this tractor is. This is a medium tractor, and that wheel is still taller than your average human. And look at the height of that mower compared to if you really do get dwarfed by it. You don't understand how big that equipment is until you see one in real life. So let's head off. Let's get the beacon started. Yep, we've got the beacons. Let's make a start on mowing the lawn. Or mowing the grass paddock. Okay, so the way they flap, that's a neat bit of animation. So the ultimate plan is to get water buffalo. But we need to make some cash first. So we're going to do it with some silage, hopefully. So let's get started on this. Assist. Toe. Change the work direction. Okay, so I might make a note of this. Come in handy when I'm baling. So So 2.9. Yeah. 55 degrees. Yay. Okay, so we'll unfold the mower. And we'll set the work mode to swath dropping. Get ourselves lined up with the GPS. Start cutting grass paddock. So a bit of dust is getting kicked up. So let me know in the comments what you think of the colour. If you think it was a good choice or if I should have made another choice. Okay, so there was a test done and running over the swaths can impact the amount of yield you get. So it's a good idea to keep it to a minimum running over them. Probably best to try and run over them at a 90-degree angle rather than running along them. Seriously reduce how much yield you can get from the field. So we should get a good yield from this field. It's at 97%, plus 97%. We did lime it, we ploughed it, and it was fully fertilised. So I'm going to do the headlands first. So if you're playing the game, let me know what you think of it so far. Are you enjoying it? Or are you finding it as just keeps crashing on you all the time? I've found it to be relatively robust. But there does seem to be some people that have been saying that they've had a lot of problems with it, so yeah, not sure. I would say that it hasn't crashed for me yet, but if I say that, it's likely to crash right now, so I'm not going to say it. Grass definitely has a lot of length to it. I think it looks way better than the grass. And the texture for the cut grass, you can actually sort of see the individual plants. It's just not a painted texture anymore. It does look good. That dust is pretty awesome. Eke out onto the road. I wish there was a way I could control the front and back individually without having to highlight them. Okay, we'll start on the next headland. So there were no mods released today. But we've already got quite a few mods for it, so... And getting that Massey was really neat. I like that. I like getting that Massey. I like the smaller, older equipment. That should make it good for baling. Of course, GPS doesn't work for baling, so you have to manually program it in. I recorded the settings so I can keep the track the same width and the angle the same angle. And in theory, it should just line up with all these swaths. Okay. Well, it's been another warm one here. I am looking forward to getting some summer holidays. Although it will make it difficult to play farm sim while I'm away on holiday. I guess that's why they usually release farm sim for the northern hemisphere winter. Everyone's inside. Vultures are a nice tractor. I was a bit gutted in FS22 when they didn't come out with any Vultures. Glad it was because they were bringing out a better pack. The pack was really good. I like the additions to it, you know, for a base game tractor, you know, the sky window, yeah, the dark setup. Hear the tone of the mower changes. It's cutting through the grass. It's quite neat. Right, nearly finished the headland passes. I see there's been a few views on some of my videos, so if you're one of the returning people, thank you for watching. Do appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I enjoy making them. Hope you find some benefit from them. We learn something, or just find a way to relax and chill. Maybe watch a video while you're playing the game. I aim to have sort of a relaxing stream. I'm a fairly laid back sort of person, as you can probably tell. Not ultra high energy or anything like that, so I have to go back and just go over that one. It's better. That lined up. Sorry if I move the mouse a bit too fast. If you find it a bit disorientating, please let me know in the comments and I will try and move it a bit slower. It's one of those things, it's good when you're in control of it because you know what to expect, but if you're just watching it, it's like, it's all over the place. I do apologise and I'll try to move it a bit slower. Nice mower setup. Just being able to mow it and windrow it. Windrows are possibly a little bit narrower. I could have a wider windrow with a windrower, but yeah, these are a nice setup. And a nice entry level into the butterfly mowers, I think. Okay, nearly finished with the short lengths, and then we'll start on the long ones. hear the tone change, can't you, when it hits the longer grass, when it's not cutting. It's quite neat. It'll be interesting to see how many bales we get off this field. How much money you can make. What's good about a field like this is usually you can get, you know, three crops per year. So you can usually make quite a bit of money from the silage side of things. But I'm not sure if Giants have changed that for the new game or not. Silage was quite profitable in FS22, so we're going to find out if it's as profitable. In the new game. Of course, putting your bales into the biogas plant when you own the biogas plant will be very profitable with the methane and the electricity that you make from it, the extra cash you get from there. But we're not at that stage yet. Take too long when you're doing 21 kilometers per hour. That's what, about 12 miles per hour. Even though New Zealand does work in kilometres per hour, I had an older car that still had a miles per hour speedo, so I had to learn how to convert from miles per hour to kilometres per hour. Rule of thumb was about 80 kilometres an hour was 50 miles per hour, and 100 kilometres per hour was just over 60 miles per hour, about 62 miles per hour. I have since updated my car from that and now have a speedo that reads in kilometres per hour. That makes it a little bit easier. I don't have to work it out in my mind. Did get a joystick. Hit up the buttons on the joystick to control the power to the devices and to raise and lower the implements. That works quite well. I do have it set up so that you can raise both the front and rear implement at the same time. I just find that doesn't work too well on the corners when you're doing the headlands. You want to be raising the front one first and then raise the rear one when it gets to where the front one is. It doesn't quite get the timing right, so end up having to click between the front and back ones all the time. It's a nice tractor. I do like the Vultras. Got a nice look to them. Got a radio up there. Of course I can't play any music because of copyright infringement, but never mind. We do have Vultras over here. Have to get a water blaster so I can clean the equipment later on. It's always good to have clean equipment. So there used to be a hack in FS22 where if you had the big stationary go valve baler, you could add silage additive to that, and you could use a forage wagon to pick up the grass with silage additive in that, and you'd be able to double dip in the silage additive and actually get more silage bales out of it. Not sure if that would still work in this one or not. I'm glad that the baler actually, that kind of baler became base game. I remember using it in FS 17 and enjoying it. It was a while before, I think it came in FS 19, but then they did a whole pack of it, FS 22, and they brought a lot of them back in, so I do like that baler. I like setting it up. On one of the maps I played in FS22, I had it set up right next to the load point on the bale storage. So when it emptied the bale out, it fed it directly into the storage. Made life a lot easier. Bit cheaty, I know, but the way the bale's handled in FS19, you needed all the help you could get. Not much longer to go on this by the looks of it. Then I'll have to make a decision on the baler. What option will I choose? Like I say, I'll probably lease the baler just to get the feel for things. And then for bale wrapping, do I make a big sausage? Or do I just wrap them individually and then load them in? Sure, I've got the little tractor to load in. Don't mind the bumps. Just the kids upstairs. Okay, one last little cut. Yep, mowers definitely need a cut along here. What I usually like doing when I make hay is to have this with just the one side, pulling it off the edge. It just makes it easier to, when you're trying to dry it with the tedder, it doesn't spread outside of the field boundary. So, fresh counter one. Now, can I actually fit in here? No, I can't. I wonder if I can put it into here. Those doors aren't exactly great doors for big equipment, are they? Definitely reflect off the walls, don't they? Let's go talk to the dealer and see what they've got in the way of balers. Okay, so what have we got? We've got the round balers. So that's a stationary round baler. 259. That's the self-propelled, which I've used on another map, but I don't think I need it on this map. That's the John Deere, but it only does 125 bales. And then you've got the other New Holland case K brand. If you know why we say that, you know why we say that. YouTube can't tell the difference between real equipment and just being rude. And yeah, we've got a Crone. They're all about the same price. That Goval only does 125, whereas these will do the 180, which we probably want to make 150 to fit the bale wrapper. So there is that one. Or we could go with the crone and have a silage tank added to it to get a little bit of extra boost. Yeah, I'm not sure how much to lease this one. 10 grand. Otherwise we're looking at okay, that's quite a bit less to lease. So I think maybe we'll go with that one. Oh, I should probably buy a weight as well. Where are we down here? Let's have a look. Weights. Yeah, I do like the 10 winkles, and we'll give it that nice metallic blue as well. Buy that one. Okay, do we need to fill this out, or is it looks like it's already got some round bale net, so I might come over with the tractor a bit later and pick that bale netting up. we'll change it to 150. Lower the pickup. Set the steering assist. At 8.9. At 55. Yep, that looks like it's lined up nicely. Let's have a look here. Is that picking it up nicely? Yep. I've got the awesome mod that slows and stops the baler when it's full. This means we don't have to go back so many times. I find grass work to be quite relaxing. I think this will be quite a good setup for our first run. 150mm bales. Sorry, 150cm bales. Yeah, 150mm bales would be a tad small, I think. Did think about doing a strip along the along the railway line there as well, but it's a bit scrubby. There was a mod that came out in FS19 where you left the grass or the hay out in the field, it would actually disappear after a while, as in, you know, rotting away. I do miss that. I thought that was a nice feature. But, yeah, we don't have that now. Ooh, done that one wrong. Have a look. Anyone coming? No. Let's spin this around. This mod certainly takes the pain of having to reverse back that little back because you don't stop in time. Takes that away. Fortunately, I think it is only a PC mod. It's not available for consoles. And once again, it's a script mod, so the consoles can't get the script mods because of the policy of Microsoft and Sony. Wow, first headland's not even done and I've already got 10 bales. That's, well, with 11 bales, well and truly over 55,000 litres. Hope you're enjoying the stream and the series. Like I say, it was a start from scratch. I had absolutely no money. Now I've got to the stage where I can buy a tractor and I bought a farm. And we're going to make some silage and sell some silage. I better not run over the neighbour's cotton, he could get a tad upset. Justifiably so, of course. Look at that bale. So it looks like it has got some film as bit that holds it all together, and you've got the grass sort of sticking out. Right, let's continue on. What's good with this mod is you can set the cruise control and it will stop automatically and drop the bale, which can be good. Sometimes it can be not so good if it's dropped the bale right where you need to go for the next one. Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we need to. So if you've been watching the series and you've liked what you've been seeing, then don't forget to hit the like button, and if you haven't done so, feel free to subscribe, and you can share the video if you would like to as well. Let other people know. Alright, that was a bale that was sort of in the way. $20 bales ready. I may have to lease an auto load bale truck. And I might have to put some bale storage in. And it looks like I might have to call the diesel delivery truck in sometime soon. Looks like this is going to run out of diesel quite quickly. Pretty sure the diesel usage is up a lot more than what it used to be in FS22. Possibly more realistic. let's face it, who likes buying diesel? Certainly looks like it's a good crop of grass off of this field. Done the headlands and we've got 25 bales off the headlands. It could take a while to wrap all these. There was a mod in FS22 which adjusted your viewpoint depending on which way you turn the steering wheel. Hoping that'll come out soon. It's quite good when you're doing a field like this because you could turn to look, it would turn automatically. You could see where the next windrow was going to be. So it looks like we're about to start on the long rows. $30 bales so far. The other good thing with the guided steering is just having the heads-up display of the lines you can follow. Dodge that bale. So I'm hoping in the near future there will be possibly a slightly smaller cow shed that does milking. I can set that up for the water buffalo, because the default Giants options are reasonably expensive. I might have to sit down and work out how much money we're going to make out of these bales. 35 of them so far. He's a lot better since I worked out how to get the G923 wheel working with FarmSim. Like I say, the fix for me is to have the G-Hub software closed and start the game. Once the game started, find that the wheel has no center spring on it. So if you start the G-Hub software, that tends to return the default return spring. So hopefully with the next patch they might fix it so that I don't have to do that every time. But that's my workaround at the moment to get the wheel working. Seems to work fine with the Logitech G923. It may work with other ones. I'm not sure if people with Thrustmasters are having any problems with it connecting. And then of course there's the other farm equipment out there. Then there's the truck driving wheel. I'm not sure if they're having issues as well. But like I say, for the Logitech, that's what I've found works for me. It's a bit of a faff, but you know, it works. And it definitely helps having a bit of return spring on it. I have got the mod that allows you to zoom into things. Texture quality isn't too bad. I am on low textures. I find if I put it on high textures I get very low resolution textures because the high resolution textures just won't load. They're always trying to load and it's flashing and it's just horrible, whereas putting it onto the low textures, the textures seem to load okay and stay that way. So yeah, so that's what my graphics card can handle at the moment. Maybe Giants will fix that with another patch. I have read that it could be that I don't have enough VRAM. I think from memory I've got a 6 gig VRAM. I know some of the newer cards now have 12 gig, so yeah, it could be a bit better for them. Not sure. But a lot of my other settings are on high or maximum. Seems to be working okay. Won't say I'm getting fantastically great high frame rates, but for a game like this you don't really need massively high frame rates, I don't think. I'm using the NVIDIA Deep Learning Anti-Aliasing. I find using the frame generator can create a bit of artifact for me, so I tend to get a bit of ghosting. So it might increase the frame rate a bit, but yeah, to me it just creates too much artifact, whereas This, even with the lower frame rate, seems to be good. There's no sort of that, ghosting or tail. As equipment is moving, you see multiple versions of it following you. So I'm not getting that. Could take a while to wrap up. Fortunately, it doesn't look like we've got rain in the forecast, so that might be helpful. Certainly used up the round bale net quite quickly. Hoping we'll have enough. Still got that pile of stone over there, not sure what to do about that. Used to be a sell anything mod. You could put that down and then use it to sell anything you had. Fertilizer, stones, bales. If it was a commodity on Farming Simulator, it could be sold. Fortunately, grandmas weren't something in Farming Simulator. Otherwise I'm sure someone would have thought about selling their grandmother. Not me. Not me, of course. Yeah, might have been a bit quicker with the square baler. You don't have to stop with that, you just keep going. So what do you think of the traffic and the way that it can pass you on the road? Like I say, I've had a couple of people brake check me after they've passed me and decide they're going to turn off the next intersection. So like, man, you only have to wait 5 minutes. That's all. Right? I get the feeling we're going to get a lot of work done with this Voltra. I might end the stream here. Still have quite a bit of baling left to do. So we'll carry on with that. And maybe next stream we can do some of the wrapping, show some of the wrapping. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like, and if you haven't, please subscribe. Feel free to share this with anyone that you'd like to. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good evening or day. Until next time, have a great day. Bye.